Even as controversies and drama piled on with Novak Djokovic at the center of it all, I'm talking about the Australian Open, one man, of course, quietly went about his business, Jannik Sinner, and has begun 2025 as well, winning the first slam of the year. Sinner beat Alexander Zverev in straight sets to defend his title. All that without any noise, no drama, just absolutely great tennis. The glitz and glam, of course, came in after the win. The 23-year-old continued his tradition post this win too. The Italian arrived at the Albert Park Lake sporting a Gucci shirt to flaunt his Australian Open title. It had to be obvious because Sinner is the brand ambassador of Gucci, but that isn't the only way Sinner shows his allegiance to the Italian brand. The tennis ace even has a Gucci bag to carry his kit. Not a common sight that for a male tennis player. The Gucci avatar, of course, is just one slice of the brand image that Sinner is beginning to create. Just last year, that same image would have been tarnished had the doping scandal gone south. But here we are months later and Sinner is redefining what building a brand really looks like. He's consciously or otherwise trying to hone a certain character both on and off the court that brands can see themselves attaching to. The calm yet feisty demeanor, very Roger Federer-esque. No wonder luxury brand Rolex sponsors Sinner, and can I remind you, he's all of just 23. Now, Sinner isn't the only tennis player Rolex sponsors. Some of the notable names in the current generation are Carlos Alcaraz, Dominic Thiem. But the one that gets highlighted, of course, is the Italian superstar. The best part is that Sinner, the brand, has established itself in his early tennis career itself. Because it's hardly been a year since the Italian made his mark in the tennis world, the first major accomplishment was last year's Australian Open title. Since then, the kind of brands who have tied up with Sinner is only set to grow. Prominent brands like Gucci, Head, Intesa Sanpaolo, Lavazza, Nike, Panini and Rolex. What's interesting is that he isn't just going into one stream. He has associations with luxurious apparel brands, sports brands, watches, banking sectors and even comic books. The Italian is taking systematic decisions to make him a household name, which is one of the reasons why his earnings from endorsements is more than that of his earnings from winning tournaments, winning tennis matches. While he earned $15 million from endorsements, the prize money amounted to $11.6 million. Sinner was the fifth highest earning tennis player in 2024, a year where the second half was a tough one for the world number one. The doping controversy put a taint over his image. And while many voices like Novak Djokovic, Carlos Alcaraz felt that the doping issue might be bad publicity for the sport itself, it clearly didn't affect Sinner or tennis's popularity. Because while the fire was burning around him, the Italian went about playing the tennis he really loves to and minding his own business, even when players like Nick Kyrgios questioned Sinner competing. Not once did the Italian feel the need to retort or respond to the backlash he was already receiving from everywhere. He just let his tennis do all the talking, which shows that Sinner isn't just focused on becoming the best player on court, but a brand too. Last year, he won the season-ending ATP title and the US Open. This year too, he started by winning the Australian Open, and he's just 23. No matter the anger, the unrest, the objections that Sinner has faced and may continue to, he's here to stay and carve out something special. It is this character of calm composure and resilience that really attracts top brands. The perfect example of how top brands really sustain themselves, not by responding to every critique, but by succeeding. And nothing quite succeeds like success.
We're calling the show Vantage. We hope you like what we put together for you. 1 touted as the minimum defense from that video. India's neighbors were the first to send the special edition of Vantage live from the White House throughout this week. Yes, Hindu Mandir in we're on our way to Tel Aviv. Measure, but it's also the perfect way to drive.
I don't think that
Prime Minister of Bhutan, Sherin Tagwe. Welcome to
60% of the world's
office. Prime Minister Modi did the iron.
we were actually
How are you doing? How do you like? It's been 1 year since that meeting. Iron bars separate you from the outside. Out the vote effort. Trump had, it says, and at $4.3 trillion. 4.3 300 billion by 2030. That's what we need to tackle climate change.